Yeah, we do. What is it? Marcus Harris is doing. Finch, Kawaja, Sean Marsh, Peter Handscomb, Travis Head, myself, Cummins, Stark, Lyon, Hazelwood.
Will you take us through that, Tim? Is this part of the thinking behind that?
Mitch Marsh probably just hasn't been as consistent as he would like and we would like. So we know that we know the talent that Mitch has. We know that most likely at some stage in this series we'll need him. So we're taking the opportunity at the moment to actually send him back to play a Shield game, get some more cricket under his belt, knowing that at some stage, we're probably going to need him.
You're confident that you're bowled. Is that having had a look at the wicket as well? Is that coming into it? You're confident that you're bowled your three?
Yeah, there's that. I think the wicket over the last few years here has given enough throughout the game. We've obviously got a lot of confidence in Nathan Lyon bowling a lot of overs if we need to. And probably the fact that all our three quicks go in really fresh. So we've got confidence in them, particularly at the start of the series. It's probably unlikely that we'll use the three quicks as much as we will this game throughout the whole series as it wears on. But this being the first test, we think they'll do the job.
Is there, given you've had a look at the pitch, is there something you'd like to do first if you win the toss and you take into consideration it's going to be nearly 40 degrees?
Yeah, well, that probably sways it to batting, doesn't it? You want to bat on days where it's 40 odd degrees. I think, as I said, there's always a good coverage of grass here in Adelaide, and it offers a bit with the new ball, but there's also a lot of runs to be had out there. So I think normally Australian teams like to bat first. But we'll have another look at it in the morning before we make that final call.
Chris Mitchell, BBC Sport. Given everything that's happened in Cape Town and everything that happened since, what's more important to you right now as the captain, winning this test match or showing Australia, the world perhaps, that you've changed, learned your lesson?
Well, both. That's what we're here for. We play test cricket to win. There's no doubt about that. And clearly we've realised that we needed to do some work in some areas, and gaining the respect of our country and our fans is as high a priority as is winning.
What's it mean to you to be Australia's captain at home for the first time?
It's a huge honour, a massive privilege. I just had an interview actually with one-on-one with Ricky Ponting, and we sort of went through the names of Australian Test captains over the years. So it's a little bit daunting, I suppose, to be in a bracket with some of those guys. But at the same time, I'm just trying to keep it as simple as I can. I'm trying to be myself and do my job, which first and foremost is to wicket-keep and bat. So I'm hugely honoured to be captain of Australia, but I'm not letting it sort of weigh me down too much.
Yeah.
Tim, you captained the team in the UAE in very foreign conditions. How much of a difference does it make to the way that you're going to lead the team tactically and I guess also being at home?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt that playing in Australia suits our team, and having Josh Hazlewood and Pat Cummins back in as well is going to be different, and the style of cricket you play in Australia to you do in the UAE is completely different. But in terms of a leadership style, it's going to be exactly the same. We're going to go about it the same way we did over there. It's just going to be, as you touched on, tactically slightly different, but a lot of that as well has already been done in the planning leading into this series.
John?
How do you sort of see Mitch Marsh getting back in the team? Is it sort of long term? What sort of all around do you think he is? Or should he just focus on his batting and bowling?
No, I think we know he's good enough to be a genuine all-rounder at test level. He probably just hasn't put it together, as we said, consistently enough. So the opportunity for him to go back and get a Shield game under his belt before the BBL start is really important. But going forward, we've got full faith in him being a test all-rounder. And as I said, as this series wears on and you get to places where the wickets might be a bit flatter and conditions are a little bit warmer and our bowlers are a little bit tired, then that all-round position becomes really important.
Tim, how do you replace Mitch's overs with the ball?
Well, the quicks are going to have to bowl a bit more, and as I said, we've got full faith that Nathan Lyon can do a job in any conditions. I think he's shown that over the last few years. So, he bowled a mountain of overs in the UAE, and as I said, our quicks are really fresh, so we think we can cover that. Travis Head bowls some handy off spinners, so we've got options there if needed, but mainly we'll be backing our front line bowlers.
They don't have the greatest history though physically, the quicks though. Is that a worry at all, especially in the conditions?
They got through the Ashes pretty well, I thought, last year and bowled a hell of a lot of overs. So as I said, they're fresh, they're raring to go. They had a great preparation, and yeah, they're fine to go. They'll be bowling big overs if need be. They're totally comfortable with that.
Tim, just on Harris, what sort of impression has he made so far, and what do you think you can expect to see from him? What kind of role like that?
Well, Mark's clearly will be opening the batting. He's been a really consistent player for Victoria for 3 years and thoroughly deserves the opportunities. Always been a really talented batsman, but I think in the last 3 years you've seen him mature into a top line opening batter. So he's an aggressive little player. He'll play his shots, but he's also really improved his defence, and he's come a long way as a batsman. And we're really excited. We think he's got a game that's suited to Test level, and we can't wait to see him get out there tomorrow.
Tim, you had a new member of the team yesterday, Archie. Could you tell us a bit about how he was sort of inducted into the team and what it's been like?
Yeah, well, Archie's it's been unusual. He's been called into the Boxing Day squad already, which hasn't been announced. So Archie's first picked. Obviously Arch has been through a really tough period, and his family. And one of the things he said to his dad was that, when his dad asked him what he wanted to do, he said, "I want to captain Australia." So I think it's been picked up along the way, and we're rapt to have someone like that around. He adds a bit of perspective, I think, to sometimes we live a life that's it's very good, but you can be consumed in your own life at times. So to have someone like that around, that he's actually really inspiring for our group. So it's great to have him around, and we're looking forward to his debut on Boxing Day.
Tim, you mentioned this morning that you had some discussions with Steve Ward around cricket.
Yeah.
Is there other people you sought advice from, or do you want to come into this sort of job with some clear ideas in your own?
I've spoken to a number of people. I've always had mentors throughout my whole career, but I spoke to Steve because I love the way he went about captaining Australia, and I think he took over the captaincy at a difficult time, and I think he took the baggy green and the Australian cricket team to another level, and I just love the way he went about it and the way that team played their cricket. So I just wanted to have him as a sounding board, and I've been really lucky that he's been really good to me.
Last question from Robert. Since sort of the last couple of years in the home summer, the team's made a good job of sort of going up with the visiting spinner and sort of getting the attack and firing out the quicks. Is that a fact that you think this batting order can do, and something you'll be looking to do in this test?
I think conditions depending, and depends. Look, it's about how the individual plays. So you've got to figure out what works for you, and I've said it before, it's not about trying to be someone else or play a way that someone else might play. It's about finding the way that works for you. I'm sure at times there'll be hopefully some opportunities where we can put their spinners under pressure and try and get some big overs into their fast bowlers, and there's going to be no different for them. They're going to see probably at times, if they can attack Nathan and get on top of him, then we're going to have to bowl our quicks probably a bit more than we would like. So it's going to be a real chess match in that regard.